Let's have a little Vortec V8 lesson here.
It's running really good right now, guys. Now, in open loop, it works off of the programming in the computer, the fuel tables, okay? It ignores the math, it ignores all these things. It runs off of a pre-programmed chart in the actual programming of the PCM until it gets warmed up. Then it starts reading off of its sensors. Let's adjust it on the fly. Let's see how much air we're breathing. Let's see what the manifold pressure is. Let's see what those O2 sensors are reading, and it adjusts it on the fly, and that's how it always runs right. Oh, the throttle body, let's see how open it is. Let's see the idle air control valve. Let's see how much idle air is flowing through there. It uses all these different parameters to adjust on the fly. If the O2 sensor's bad, that whole bank will go down. Boom, it won't read right, you know. If we have, like, I guess you could call it a global issue, right? A widespread issue amongst every cylinder, we would be inclined to believe the mass airflow sensor's bad, the throttle body's bad, you know, the idle air control valve's bad. But since we just have this bank that's messing up, goes down to the O2 sensor, we're gonna start with that O2 sensor as the culprit. If we had everything every cylinder misfiring, we would say, let's check the ground, let's check the power, and make sure all of the injectors and all of the coils have power and ground. I've already diagnosed this side, okay, look. We got a bank 1 problem, we're gonna start with bank 1 and go from there. If we had a vacuum leak, you know, pull this off, vacuum leak to the whole engine, you would see the fuel trims go through the roof consecutively over the whole engine, okay? Because we have a vacuum leak. The whole engine's got a vacuum leak. We just got a problem with bank 1, sensor 1, bank 1. We're gonna start there. So if we take a look, long-term fuel trim, bank 1 and bank 2, we're gonna notice something here. So there's a percentage, right? And there's variance in these sensors and stuff like that. The whole idea is you want both of those sensors identical on either side. That way, these percentages are pretty even side to side of the engine. I mean, you know, it's a Vortec V8, same compression all the way around. It's identical. It's a mirror image. It's an engine. It's a V8. I mean, right? That's the concept. So you want the percentages to be equal both sides of the engine, and that way the injectors are firing pretty close to each other on both sides of the engine. Bank 1 and bank 2. Driver side and passenger side. That's the whole concept. It's kind of like brake pads, you know, disc brakes. You wouldn't just do one side, you do both. Do it in pairs, mirror image, engineering type stuff. We gotta wait for it to enter closed loop. See, open loop. I'm gonna let it get up to temperature. All right, we have enter closed loop after the yapping. All that yapping. So, take a look. What do we got going on here? Closed loop, long term. Yep, they're pretty close, within a % up here. Okay, we're gonna do short term fuel trims. See what we got. Pretty even, Steven. Come over here. There's a special function in here. Special function, fuel system, fuel trim reset. Come on now. Reset it. All right, there we go. Reset. Now it's gonna relearn. And this is done, guys. It's running great now. Okay. We are good to go. I'm gonna go drive it around. There we go. The oxygen sensors are switching. We only care about bank 1, sensor 1, and bank 2, sensor 1, okay? They're switching from 500 close to 0. They're dropping down to like 100 millivolts, but yeah, they're switching. I'm gonna chart them, I don't care. Put that, add bank sensor 2. Ideally, they should be pretty close to each other, right? There you go. They're working good. Now we just gotta test drive it and hope it doesn't break again. I'll check you on the next one. Don't forget, drop me a huge thumbs up down below for more Chevy truck tip videos in the future. I will check you on those. Later.